Through the generous contribution of Dr. Lewis's family, we're very fortunate to be able to share with you these timeless recordings of Dr. M. W. Lewis, a self-realized American yogi. Dr. Lewis was Paramahansa Yogananda's first American disciple and dearest personal friend. The wisdom Dr. Lewis imparts through these teachings will give you a dynamic and practical insight into the ancient science of yoga as taught by Paramahansa Yogananda. This lecture's title is How to Overcome Restlessness and Worry, and was delivered in Hollywood, California on May 30th, 1954.
Subject this morning, how to overcome restlessness and worry. That's a great subject. We often get up and say, why am I jittery today? What is the matter with me? Nothing's wrong with you, except the thought processes are not controlled. The mind has taken you over instead of you taking the mind over. So this subject, how to overcome restlessness and worry, I think is a universal subject. We all need help on it. And yet, the answer is very simple. If you stop breaking the law and then do those things which will alleviate the karma that you have laid up, which produces these things within you, if you'll do those two things, and then finally, as we often say, unite yourself with God's presence. Commune with Him, be one with His Spirit. If you do that, you'll soon see that restlessness and worry are things of the past. One thing we should never forget is that as long as we are in the body, we have a little delusion. The Master said, no matter how great the saint, whenever he takes on the body, he takes on a little delusion. It's impossible not to. As Jesus said on the cross, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? He, with his realization, if it bothered him just a little, we shouldn't worry too much about it. But the thing to worry about is that you haven't that God contact. Worry over that. Be restless over that, not worldly things. So first let us understand something about the causes of restlessness and worry, and then a little about the effects of restlessness and worry on our system, on our consciousness, on our being, and then perhaps we will understand the necessity of doing something real about it, that we may be rid of these undesirable things, restlessness and worry. Now the causes of restlessness and worry are divided into three causes: physical, mental, and spiritual. Don't think it's just your mind. No. Don't think it's your body. If you had a good, healthy body, you wouldn't be restless. You might be. And don't forget the spiritual side, which is the greatest thing, perhaps. And so the causes of restlessness are found in the three states of consciousness: physical, mental, and spiritual. Now let us take up first, that we may have some semblance of an order in our discussion, the physical causes of restlessness. Physical causes of restlessness. It is nervousness that causes restlessness. In other words, from the physical state of consciousness, we are not obeying health laws. We have broken health laws. We are not practicing cleanliness, proper exercise, and getting enough oxygen. These are the simple things we have to begin with. We are breaking the health laws. And then there is that case of food. Food. There is so much misunderstanding about food. I understand that you had a big lecture on food not long ago, so I will not burden you too much with that. But one or two things just to point out, because this has to do with the cause of restlessness and worry. The food, as the Master's Master said, must be natural food, natural vital food, and non-irritating to the system. That's one thing we forget. As he said, any food that is a natural, simple food containing the elements necessary and which your digestion or system can handle is the right food for you. Now, for instance, you might start on eating raw food. Some people cannot handle it. But it says in the book we must eat raw food, so down it goes, indigestion comes, and restlessness comes in. You must have the food non-irritating. If you cannot eat the raw food, it distresses you, why do it? Cook it a little bit. Be reasonable. That's why I love the Master's Master so much. He was very wise. So remember this simple law, the food. To keep from breaking the health law of food, have the food natural. You know what natural food is. Have it vital, but have it conducive to assimilation in your system. That's very important. If you have tendencies toward an irritated stomach, don't put the fried food in there, because you'll only suffer. You'll be more restless than you are right now. And so, on food. Be natural, have natural food, and have it non-irritating. Now, there's one thing I want to point out, and I'll be through with this food question. It is this. You must get plenty of protein in your system. Vegetables